You know, she has the most lovely smiles.
Hello, you guys.
She has more than one.
More than one smile, I do.
Welcome to another exciting episode, guys.
I feel a real fun on our 9th of December 2020.
Oh my God, can you imagine? It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
21 days to,
go.
or 22 days to 2021.
Oh, let's share it there. Oh dear.
Right. So, you guys go to freeneville.com.
That's right. 221 email list, pseudo-random goodness.
That's right. Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Yep, it's like half a donut a day, guys. Half a donut. Half a donut. A cup of coffee. 15, 25 minutes a day. I think you're worth it.
Yeah.
I do. I really do. Jumpin' Joe, yo.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
There's Sizzle and Lynn. We're gonna begin. All right, guys.
Was Lynn even here? Or you just made that up just so we're right? Oh, okay.
And Michelle, yo.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yes.
persist. Oh my God, you cannot believe the dumb shit people are teaching about. Persist. Right? Now we're going to share 4 little subtle bits that most people miss, because what they do is people love bumper stickers, by the way. Write that down, Triple D Lene.
What people love
Bumper stickers, right?
Okay.
One word, persist, right? You just, yeah. What did Neville mean by it, really? When you put it in context, right? So you got content, right? He shot him, right? But you keep going a little bit. He shot him because the other guy was beating someone, and he just ran someone over with his car, and he was berserk. He'd already killed 4 people. You get it? Context matters, right? Yeah, he was banging on the door. Well, is it bad or good? Because there was a lady inside passed out on the floor. He wanted to make sure she was all right. You get it? Context is important. So we're going to talk about persist. It's not what you think it is. So, Victoria.
Cool.
Yo. Elizabeth. Yo, yo, yo.
So, the 4 secrets of easy persistence.
Yeah, it's all about context.
Okay.
It's all the beginning. So, Victoria, you've got 4 Neville Goddard quotes today.
I do.
Oh, my God.
The first one is from the Jimmy Fuller story.
Who knows about Jimmy Fuller? He was a black man who wanted success, and so he wanted to change the pigment of his skin and his ethnic background.
Yes.
It's like, well, not just one thing, right?
Yeah.
For God's sake.
Yes.
And Neville told him something, right? Let's find out. What did Neville say?
Neville said, "For if a man is ever hindered, it can only be the state of consciousness in which he abides that hinders him. Man is freed or constrained by reason of the state of mind in which he persists."
All right, I want everyone to type in, what'd you just get from that quote?
Well, the first thing that comes up to me is it's like our dwelling place, where we dwell. That for me, because it's almost like man is freed or constrained by reason of the state of mind in which he dwells. It's like that.
Yeah, totally.
I reckon.
Yep.
Yes.
So, ready? Everyone gets stuck in a whole thing where they say, well, Neville said anything's possible, but then he tells Jimmy Fuller that he can't change his skin color or his ethnicity, right? I get so confused listening to Neville because he always double speaks himself, right? You're missing the point. The point is this. This is so cool. The last sentence, Victoria, you just said it, but say it again.
Man is freed or constrained.
Man is freed or constrained. Got it? You're freed or you're constrained by the state you what?
By reason of the state of mind in which he persists.
Right? So, you get this? You're persisting anyway. Right? What you're persisting to is either freeing you or restraining you. Now, this is what I notice. Now, are you going, I'm so screwed, some people are.
Yeah.
Right? But you're always persisting in some state. Even when you're just taking it easy. But more on that later.
More on
that later. I love ambiguities.
Cool.
Right. So,
the second quote.
This has to do with something called natural.
Natural.
Type it in, guys. Naturale. Terry Morris. Boom.
So Neville says, if I, in my imagination, could go right in and possess it and clothe myself with the feeling of the wish fulfilled, actually clothe myself with it by assuming that it's done now.
Until when, Victoria?
Until I feel natural in that assumption. And that assumption, though at the moment denied by my senses, if persisted, it will harden into fact.
When something feels natural, it's pretty easy to persist in. You know what? When are we going to eat lunch today, Victoria?
What?
When? When are we going to eat lunch today?
Well, normally about 12:31.
Normally, naturally, around 12:30, 1 o'clock, right? I mean, after this, I go to the portable disposable hot tub, make some videos, do some editing, that kind of thing.
Yes.
And Victoria does some video editing too. And then you know what we do? We eat lunch naturally.
Yeah.
About the same time every day.
Yeah.
Right? I want you to get this. You're persisting to something to the point that it becomes natural all the time. And if you just let something become natural, it's like, boom. So natural's important here. Notice Neville isn't saying, no, how easy do you put on a pair of clothes, right? You wear them till they feel natural. I put on this here shirt, right? It's a comfy shirt. I like it, right? It feels natural on me. If it was a new shirt right out of the thing, it wouldn't.
It's starchy.
It's starchy, right?
Yeah.
But let's continue, Victoria. So we started with this whole thing of Jimmy Fuller and the state that you persist in. It will either hinder you, or what was the other word, Victoria?
Constrain.
Yeah, constrain or hinder.
Yes.
Yes. No, that was
Oh, well, you mean, was constrained.
Yeah.
Or freed.
Or freed, right?
Yes.
So you're surrendering to something, constrainment or freed, right? Hindered or freed. Okay, you're one of those feels natural for you. You can always move to the other if you want to, right? But we're getting something happening here. We're getting some context. What does Neville mean? How do you experience persistence? So, Victoria,
Cool.
let us continue.
The next one we're calling noble.
Somebody write that down.
Noble.
Nobly.
And Neville says, I urge you to dream nobly.
Nobly.
Although your dream may seem impossible, invite it into your consciousness by feeling it is real. Wear this feeling as you would a suit of clothes and persist until the feeling takes on the tones of reality. Do that, and in a way no one knows, your desire will appear as an eruption of your continuous thought.
So let's talk noble, right? Nobly.
Nobly.
So way back in the old days, Victoria and I, before we divorced, time from dollars.
I was going to say, what? We didn't divorce.
Yes. Yeah, before we divorced, time from dollars.
Yes.
Right? The whole idea of making money and not trading time for dollars felt a little weird, right? So should go to work trading time for dollars, right?
Yes.
The old bash Gary would expect her to show up,
Yeah.
and she would expect him to pay her, right?
Yes.
Mariana, welcome to the show, right? So here's what's so cool.
Yes.
And then I had to work through some issues because I'd be home geeking and stuff, but it's like, right, I feel like I should be doing more, right? Versus now, I needed to develop systems and stuff, right? Now here's the fun thing, right? At some point, I'm going to ask her, how natural would it be to pay, to do anything for an hourly wage for you?
Now, no.
No.
7
years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I got it. So I get
Yes.
paid this much
Yes.
for this many.
Yes.
Good, I'll do that.
Yes.
Now, could you possibly do that?
No.
Not going to happen, right?
No.
So what's natural for you today is something that you've simply persisted in, right? Most of my life, I traded time for dollars, right? I persisted in it. I didn't wake up. Well, some days I did. I wake up and persist in it. But it's what I know. But when you decide, you know what, I'm no longer going to know that, right? I'm going to know something else. So, Victoria, let us continue. We're going to know it. We're going to get to know a different set of clothing.
That was noble.
Yes.
And the last one.
By the way, isn't it just a little bit more noble, a little bit more fun? Whenever you get divorced from time and money and all that stuff, and it's like, you know what? You've got more free time and a lot more fun money.
Yeah.
Right. To me, that's noble. Yeah. What do people think about when they talk about nobility? Right. Yeah. People that don't go, let me trade more time for more dollars. Right. No, noble. Noble. Right. There's something about royalty there. Right. Noble snuggle. Noble sizzle.
Yes.
Yes. So, and finally,
finally,
we're going to weave it all together after this. This is so much fun.
Yes. And this one
I'm having
is
fun.
on surrender.
Surrender.
Prayer is to be contrasted with an act of will. Prayer is a surrender. It means abandoning oneself to the feeling of the wish fulfilled. If prayer brings no response, there is something wrong with the prayer, and the fault lies generally in too much effort. Serious confusion arises insofar as men identify the state of prayer with an act of will, instead of contrasting it with an act of will.
All right. So we're doing a show today, right
Yeah.
now, right? We surrender to doing it at the usual time, and often some unusual insights show up. But we surrender to it. It's not like we force it, right? No, this is the time we do the show, right? 4 days a week. This is where we sit. This is what we do, right? We just surrender to it. Was it always that way? No, right? But it is now, right? So if we bring them all together, I'm going to take it straight from the
go
top
for
there. We're going to speed through these. Ready?
Okay.
Boom. So we start out with Jimmy Fuller, right? What does Neville say? Man is freed or constrained by reason of the state of mind in which he persists, right? There's no other cause. You're persisting already. The question is, I want you to notice, how do you do it, right? How do you do it? Because for some people, it's disastrous, right? We were talking about this the other day. Hey, how's it going?
disaster.
It's a disaster. And it's like, right, so my question always is, right, when Aunt Betty calls, right, and you pick up the phone, how many times in your lifetime has it not been,
Yes.
right? It's always a disaster.
Always.
Right? So you get to go, all right, cool. So you're freed or constrained by what you, but it's so natural for it to be, so horrible.
It's a disaster.
Which brings us down to natural, right? You get it? So we start with this whole thing where Neville says you're freed or constrained by, again, that's the part of the quote that everyone misses because they're all caught up on skin color, right?
Yeah, right.
White versus black, we can do it, we can't do it. Oh, come on, right? Grow the fuck up, right? Freedom, right? Natural, okay? Actually clothe myself. I love that Neville says that. Actually clothe yourself, right? I remember the first time I put a tux on, right? I was taking Susie B to the prom, right?
Susie B.
Susie B, right? Me and Susie B were going to the prom, and it's like, I put this thing on and it felt a little weird, but by the end of the night, I was the tux man. Of course, she had to take me out of it, but that's all right. Next, nobly, right? I urge you to dream nobly, right? I got to tell you, if you want to be free, right, don't think about giving yourself a 4% raise. That's not noble, right? Nobility creates wealth. Nobility generates wealth. Nobility, you get it as a totally different experience. Wealth of time, not just money. You're here to have the time of your life, and whenever you really get, he's over there scratching, it's so cute. So, you wear this feeling, this noble feeling, until the feeling takes on the tones of reality. This is, again, the part that most people miss. Mr. 20, I tried to imagine someone being happy for me, but it didn't feel real. How many times you do it? How many times? Right, yeah. Right? It might take a little while. Right? If you can't find anybody in your friends or your family or your country, right? Me. Right? Imagine I'm happy for you. Imagine me saying, hey, Victoria, can I share your success story? Right? Imagine that. Right? So, but you let that sink in. You swim around inside until it takes on the tones of reality. Notice Neville doesn't say, yep, it'll happen instantly. For me, often it does, because I surrender to it, which brings us to the next point, right? Next, surrender. Prayer is to be contrasted with an act of will, right? Okay, you're not begging, you're not ordering, I'm commanding the universe, right? Neville says serious confusion. I love that.
Yes.
Serious confusion.
Arises.
Right? Arises insofar. One word. Imagine that. Insofar.
I know.
Right? Insofar. If we ever had a kid,
I'll call him insofar.
I'll call him insofar. So, as men identify the state of prayer with an act of will. Ready? The state of prayer. Okay? Almost everyone's missing this. These are the little distinctions. You notice they don't make good bumper stickers. But when you weave them into context, serious confusion arises insofar as men identify the state of prayer. Prayer is a state. What is it the state of? Surrender. Notice what he says throughout this whole thing? surrender to it. If you could please so fall in love. Joe says, could you please explain surrender more? Sure. See, this is the cool thing, guys. Whenever you really surrender, you're always surrendering to something. You're always surrendering to something. You're always surrendering to something. Notice when you surrender to taking a breath. Notice when you surrender to taking a pizzle, right? You're always surrendering to something. And when you notice, you know what? It's easy to surrender to taking a pizzle. It's easy, Triple D Tony Doyle. It's easy to surrender to dropping the kids off at the pool sizzle, right? It's easy to surrender. And that's the thing. We're going to cook pork belly shortly, right? I've got the griller turned on. We're going to stick it in there. The top's going to get crispy. And as it does that, we're going to smell it. And it's easy to see. First, we've already surrendered to Victoria's yum, right? And as that's cooking, and as I'm smelling it, as I'm experiencing the tones of reality of what lunch will be before it's even there, I mean, like, I can't help it. I'll be slicing it, and when we cook it the whole way through, I'll be sneaking a few pieces. I'll say, Victoria, look outside. It's Sachi Sachi. And I'll sneak a bit, right?
Yeah.
Surrender to, right? Notice it feels different,
Yeah.
right? Surrender to. Boom. All right. Cool. Something wrong. Serious confusion. Serious confusion. All right.
Cool. Excellent.
All right.
So,
I thought that was pretty good.
That was ace. So what we want to know now is...
Triple D Francis Club.
What was the strawberry bit?
All right. Victoria.
Yes.
What was your strawberry bit?
That clothe yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Clothe yourself in whatever it is until it feels natural. And it's like, it's just so easy. It's like you said, like we all know how to put on a jumper, or do you know what I mean? And it's like, it's as natural as that, what we want.
Yep.
Like, yeah, it to feel like. So.
You ever get cold in the wintertime, you people up north? My mom, I got my mom an iPad, and she's going to send me photos of the backyard when she figures out how to take photos, right? and it's lovely, but it's like I could give a shit about seeing snow, right? I'll be glad that she sends them. It's cute, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, like surrendering. Like when you get in the pool and you float, that's surrender, right? You can flail and drown. That's not surrender. But it's like, I surrender to the enjoyment of getting the photo from my mom, right? Do I surrender to snow? Not at all, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sweet.
So just notice how easy it is. It really is. It's easy to surrender. Fall in love. If you could so fall in love with something that it haunts the mind.
Yeah.
Right? The show haunts the mind before we do it. Oh, yeah, putting together the stuff because I've imagined, your comments, right? Boom. All right.
Yeah. So what was your strawberry bit?
My strawberry bit, pretty much it's what we opened and ended with, that whole thing of where Neville says, basically, I'm going to totally paraphrase it. Your freedom or your slavery is totally determined by what you surrender to, how you surrender. And it's like, and that little part from the Jimmy Fuller story, Jimmy Fuller had already surrendered to slavery.
Yeah.
And he was blaming it on being black.
Yeah.
Instead of like, what? You know what he gets to surrender to? If he tries to force his skin color to change or his ethnicity, it's like, oh my God, why not just surrender to what you really want, which is freedom? You're always surrendering to something. As easy as he surrendered to slavery, he can surrender to freedom, right? What was the exact quote? It was a constraint, hindered.
It was constrained.
Hindered, constrained.
Constrained or freed by his state of consciousness or something.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Boom. So simple. So simple.
Sweet.
Boom.
So that's our strawberry bits. While you type in yours,
Yes.
go to freeneville.com.
Yeah, go there, or better yet, even, go there, do that. But easymanifestingmethods.com. There's 7 little videos will rock your world. I want to say they're free, right? But better yet, they're short, right? They're short and sweet. They just really help you just nail the whole thing, right?
But they're short and
they're
free.
short, and free, right? easymanifestingmethods.com,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Yeah, it's like 15, 25 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but I don't have time to be free, Mr. 20. Right. I'm imagining, right? What's $97 when you really get it? Right. I'm imagining being financially free, but $97 feels like this. That you're surrendering to that versus $97. I'll invest $97 in a heartbeat. Right. Right. Surrender. And
finally, for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
that's right.
That's right.
1 million views, guys.
Yeah.
If you guys that are watching it there or that watch it there or watch it more there, like, thanks.
Yeah,
Seriously.
thank you. Yeah.
It's so cool to just like notice. It's this little bit of surrender every day, right? This little bit of surrender every day. A little bit of surrender every day. And right? 1 million, 2 commas. That's right, Sizzle. Yo.
Yeah, and I saw Jake said the three comma club next.
Yeah, totally, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Victoria?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, guys. And we'll either catch you at the watch party tonight or tomorrow's show.
That's right. We have a show tomorrow. Tomorrow. Joe Weldon says the 60-second videos are awesome. Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Cool.
I'm going to make 3 more in a little bit here. I took the day off, and then it ended up being like a day and a half off after we hit the 2 comma club on the thing, because it was fun. Just sort of regrouping a little bit. Imagine what else, what next, what more.
Yeah.
Ooh, we haven't done those in a while. What else? What next? What more?